You never felt understood. You never felt like you can fully express yourself. You never felt like you truly were reaching your potential. Well, your post-grad ever is that first time of freedom that you truly have from any societal expectation. You're flowing through this current of life and you're on autopilot. Everything is set up for you. Subconsciously, you understand what the next step is, what the direction is. And then as soon as you hold your diploma, you're shifting gears from automatic to manual. It is the time of most change and transformation in your life. And if you go into it with the right intention and the right mindset, it can truly transform your life in the best way possible. I was sitting in your shoes about 2 years ago, and I was searching online to find videos on post-grad, how to thrive in post-grad, how to make it successful, how to have a great post-grad ever. Every single video I saw was so negative. I could not find one video to hype me up, to get me inspired, to get me motivated. I've known for a long time that after college is when my life truly starts, because I've had all these things that I wanted to do, but I had all these distractions and all these things ahead of me that I had to get through first. So I was so excited for post-grad, and I felt really alone in this feeling. I knew that post-grad was going to be a struggle. I wasn't thinking it was going to be a walk in the park, but I was excited for that struggle. I was excited to learn about new things and to experience a new chapter of life and to really embrace it and prepare for it. So now, sitting here after almost 2 years after graduating college, I'm here to make that video for you that I needed throughout all of grade school, high school, college. I have never felt so fulfilled and whole as a person in my entire life. My name is Lily, and I graduated college about 2 years ago from a state school. I got a degree in psychology and anthropology, but I didn't use these degrees very traditionally. In my last semester of college, I talked to my college advisor, and I was telling him pretty candid that I wanted to be a writer, I wanted to be creative, I wanted to build my own business, and he was so supportive of it. And till this day, I'm so thankful that I had people like that in my corner that were willing to listen to my unconventional ideas. When I graduated college, I hit the ground running, posting on social media about writing my book, hours and hours of writing my book, and I did some traveling in this time. I eventually kept working on this, and I started doing freelance work, and I started working for myself as a freelance book editor. Now I'm currently working as a freelance book editor. I'm working to publish my debut novel this year. I'm working to build my social media platforms. I've never been healthier. I've never been happier. I feel so fulfilled with my social life. I'm preparing to move out of my family home. Just sitting here, and I'm about to turn 24 in a month. I'm so excited to share with you exactly why I feel so excited and why I feel so fulfilled. I'm not here to ignore all the hurdles, because you're probably moving home with your family, you probably have student loans, you don't have experience in a job before, you're moving away from all your friends, you're losing your identity. There's a lot of struggle that comes with this time of life. When there comes so much struggle, there's so much potential, because you're in this beautiful time in your life where you don't really have anything to lose. You haven't built anything substantial yet. You haven't really made any huge adult decisions. You're in this beautiful playground of, you can almost bring back that childlike wonder of life and really discover like what you want to do. I mean, personally, I got back into my childhood dreams, like being an author, posting on social media, dancing, doing the hobbies that I love. That was all the things that I got to really flourish in without the distraction of hours and hours of schoolwork. This is a period of shedding. You're shedding the facade of the entire life around you. It wasn't that you're only struggling now. It's that all these issues have kind of been there, but throughout your whole life, you've been busy. You know, there's a lot of noise, there's school, there's structure, there's all these expectations. And when you take away the noise and you take away the distractions of all these structures and direction, you're kind of sat with yourself. And you're really forced to really look at yourself and look at the reality of life and face yourself. And that can be really scary, because it's this identity crisis where, who are we if we're not a student? Who are we if we're not the most successful person in the class? Who are we if we're not with our friends? If we're not at college? This is a time to truly know yourself. This entire period of time, like your early 20s, is all about discovering yourself. Now, I know it's so easy to put pressure on yourself and be like, well, I have to succeed early, I have to do all these things, I have to have all these accomplishments. But really get to know yourself, because that is the best return on investment you can have. Because when you really know yourself, you are going to set yourself up on the correct path. So later you don't have to keep diverging or keep having to counteract your mistakes. Really take a deep look within and really wonder, what do you want with your life? What has been in your heart for a long time, ever since you were a child? Ever since you wanted to do anything. I mean, I look back to a preschool video, and when I was younger, I wanted to be 5 things. And I remember listing off like all these different things. And what's funny is right now I'm very multi-passionate. Like I'm building like multiple careers at the same time. And that's just who I am. That has always been who I am. I've never been someone to stick to one career path. And that's why I chose entrepreneurship and creative entrepreneurship specifically. It's so easy to get caught up in what your peers are doing and to compare different life paths. But genuinely, your path is so unique to your own skill set and what you need. I wish that I could have moved out much sooner, but I knew that I wanted to really prioritize my own career and building an unconventional creative career, which meant staying at home for a couple of years to actually have that financial net to actually figure out what I wanted to do. This is the time to truly experience life, to truly know yourself. And the thing is that you don't really know things unless you go through trial and error. And that's why all those dreams that you've had in your heart for a long time, like the places you want to travel, the hobbies you want to do, the careers you want to do, now is the time to do that. I traveled to Europe, I traveled to Costa Rica and worked as a world packer in a surf camp. When you try these different things, they might not always be what you expected. And that's how you can start checking off things and kind of getting away from the things that you don't actually like and narrowing down on what's actually meant for you. Taking away the pressure of having to succeed and having to perform is going to be so good for you. All the things that are good on paper did not align to me. You know, when I had a corporate job and I was part of a team and a lot of people congratulated me, but something inside me did not feel right. I did not feel fulfilled. When I was planning to move into a city where a lot of people from my college moved into, a lot of people were like, that's so exciting, you're moving out, it's all these amazing things. But I still didn't feel aligned. It's so important to know yourself and to listen to your internal compass because there's so much noise, especially when you're looking at what everyone is doing. And all the times that you get sidetracked and you don't listen to your internal compass, you're delaying the inevitable of what you eventually want to do. I would find myself kind of diverging my attention, start applying to jobs that I didn't want and start, focusing on things that I didn't want. And every single time I would just come back to the whisper of what I actually wanted to do. Now you have that time to actually explore what you want. Yes, have that time urgency of, you want to actually be intentional with your time and build towards things, but let go of the pressure of everything having to work out because it's such a trial and error. Like I did a travel blog, I did freelance writing, I did a marketing position, I did all these things, and now I'm a freelance book editor and I'm going to publish my novel. And I had to do all those things to get to this point, but it wouldn't have happened if I didn't try everything. Take risks, push yourself outside your comfort zone. The more new environments, new people, new experiences that you can obtain, you learn more about yourself. And when you learn more about yourself, you gain new confidence and new intel in who you are as a person. I have grown drastically in my confidence over the last couple of years being outside of college because I've been able to push myself and to have those mistakes and have those experiences. And when you learn from that, you're gaining so much wisdom about yourself. Let yourself be adaptable, be open to new ideas. Like sometimes side quests will come up and embrace the side quests. I know we're all focused on being successful as fast as we can because that's how I am, but embracing the side quests of like, I went to Costa Rica to teach at a surf camp and that taught me a lot of lessons about business, surprisingly, and writing this book. And, I didn't think I was going to go into freelance editing, but now I love it and it's helping me write the book that I want to do. So embracing these side quests is going to help bring your life fully into fruition. The foundation is really important. It's this balance of enjoying your youth, but also the systems that are going to set up for your projection into the future. Some of the systems I have are about health and fitness, about being intentional with your friendships, about certain hobbies that you have, especially finances. Doing the adult things now that are kind of boring are going to set yourself up. I know things like debt is scary. I know things like adulting and contracts and all these things are really terrifying, but trust me, taking the time to actually tackle them now gives you freedom to actually be young and have fun later on. I know that this big fear of growing up and, not knowing what you want to do but I want you to remember that you're a baby adult. Like we are 21, 22, 23, 24, baby adults, that you are only at the beginning of adulthood and you have so much space ahead of you. So I know there's so much pressure to figure out your career and figure out your, your relationships and all these things, but trust me, there's so much beauty in enjoying your youth. Where there's this thing that like once I turned 22, everyone started acting like they were so old and we're so grown up. And there's a beauty in being grown up in certain things, like knowing about your finances, knowing about the responsibility of things, being confident, being independent, but embracing your youth and having fun and being spontaneous and being that childlike wonder and having that is such a beautiful balance. Genuinely, I want all of you to thrive in post grad because this is one of the best times of your life. Don't put pressure on it, but enjoy it. And remember to always enjoy the little moments because these are the good old days.